Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, and we're trying a little bit of slightly different technology to record this video. Hopefully, this is going to work out, but I'm going to be using it because when I go away on holiday, I'll be bringing other things with me, so should be able to do more than just sort of straight into a phone while I'm away. It's still a bit iffy and uffy, and I haven't quite sussed it out yet, but we will be there. Now, I do have a story, and that is that Glasgow City Council have announced that they will be using some of the £45 million worth of 20 mile an hour road signs. They're going to be installing thousands of roads or thousands of junctions and things all across the city with 20 mile an hour zones. They're not fixing the potholes, of course. No, that would be too hard. But they are putting road signs up to show you the sort of speeds you could be doing if the roads were up to it. Alas, it's unlikely anyone in Glasgow is doing 20 miles an hour with the state of the roads. But it goes to show that they've got their priorities right. But we'll take a very quick look to see what is going on. Here goes. So, SNP Council to impose a 20 mile an hour limit on thousands of Glasgow streets. But what about the potholes? Well, over the next 18 months, the cash-strapped City Council will spend around £4.5 million on reducing the speed limit from 30 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour. Now, of course, this is only the speed limit. On all those roads with the potholes, you'll be lucky to reach anything like it. So it is kind of a target rather than a limit. And it's going to cost thousands upon thousands of pounds. Money better spent, I think, repairing the potholes rather than just glossing over them with lowering speed limits, which actually, of course, increases pollution, damages car engines, makes cars less efficient, costs motorists more in terms of running the cars, costs motorists more in terms of repairing the cars, and utterly destroys an economy. It also has implications for animal safety because when animals get transferred at 20 miles an hour, it means they are locked in these conditions longer. If you truly want to do something about the environment, you want cars to be moving in a more efficient gear. At 20, you're lucky if you can break into third gear, more often usually second. These people haven't got a clue. What this is nothing to do, of course, with the environment, everything to do with control. So thousands of streets across Glasgow are set to have the speed limit lowered from 30 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour as part of a £4.5 million project, money that could be spent elsewhere. The proposed changes will see speeds reduced on 3,868 streets over the next 18 months. Have these people got nothing better to do? The move is aimed to make roads safer and to encourage more walking and cycling in quieter and less congested neighbourhoods. But it will do no such thing. Nobody will want to go out in the streets with all that smoke from the back end of cars, all travelling slowly, burning far more fuel for every mile they travel than they would otherwise. Stupid, isn't it? City leaders from the SNP-run administration agreed a policy in 2020 to make 20 mile an hour limits the standard for all residential streets, which has now been reversed in Wales because it's proved to be unworkable. There's also the fact that at 20 miles an hour, cars' speedometers are very inefficient and it's very difficult to actually achieve 20 miles an hour consistently. And to do so, you'll be constantly looking down at your speed limit instead of looking up in case children run across. And that's the other thing that they've found. It hasn't actually reduced accidents one iota. Strange, isn't it? Strange how these lefties with their strange ideas think that their ideas are good without any empirical evidence or the application of any kind of sensible thought. Heaven forbid. They say reducing the impact of traffic on communities will also contribute to a wider shift needed towards more sustainable forms of transport. Yes, the sort of transport that would, for example, lift 1 billion tonnes of coal all the way across India so they can burn it. Meanwhile, everything you do in Scotland makes not one jot of difference, except, of course, destroying the economy. And then they're going on and they're saying, oh, many other cities have this and many other cities have that and blah, blah, blah. And what about we? None of them have produced any evidence showing that it does anything good for the environment or improves road accident statistics. None. Not one. And yet it's evident with a moment's thought that it's more expensive, it's damaging, and it makes people further out of pocket. But as I say, Nothing. It's all to do with control. They don't like you being able to move. Because if you move, you can gather. And if you can gather, you can riot. And if you can riot, they'll be dangling from lampposts. So it's all to control. Papier and bitter. As you're herded into your ghettos, it's a coming. Unless you fight it, unless you reject it, unless you say no. And all you SNP voters, are you wanting this? Are you wanting your little herded ghettos where you'll be happy, owning nothing, being told what you do, what you eat, what you think? It's coming. You keep voting for it. Karen McGregor, Scotland director at Sustrans, said Sustrans is delighted to support Glasgow City Council. It's an unfortunate name. It's a sustainability transition. But Sustrans in this day and age, I'd have changed the name of the organisation. And then she's giving some bullshit about how it's a great and wonderful idea and we'll have bunny rabbits and rainbow farts. And it's all bollocks. We're not even going to read the rest of it because we know it's bollocks. We know none of them know what they're talking about. And it is utterly, utterly destructive. So I shall end there. We shall round off and we shall come up. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? These people are unrelenting in their attempts to control everything. Every aspect of people's lives. They control where you go, what you think, what you do, what you say. Everything. None of it is for your benefit, of course. It's all for them and their paymasters. They're all in on it. And we are stupid enough to let it happen. We need to stop letting it happen. We've all seen when people like this get total power and abuse it. We've seen these ghettos before. It didn't end well in the 30s in Germany. It's not going to end well in the 2030s in, well, every city that these parasites get their asses into. It's a worldwide problem. We are many, they are few, and we need to reject it at every point and tell them no. And we need to start marching. We need to start dragging these people out. Because if you don't do it now, you never will. We can stand on our feet. Our kids and grandkids will be unable to. They'll be so totally downtrodden and controlled. A boot on a human face forever. It's not coming and it's not going to be... Sorry, it is coming and it's not going to be pleasant. And that's what this little 20-mile-an-hour thing is. They're telling you it's beneficial. It's good for the environment. It'll save kiddies' lives. It does nothing. It's shit for the environment and it won't save a single life. If anything, it'll probably cause more accidents. Until they can back up what they say, always assume that these bastards are lying. And the reason you should always assume that is, generally, they are. It's very rare that they actually tell the truth. And especially old Tubby, sitting there, chomping away on Greg's sausage rolls all day. Do you believe anything that comes out of her mouth? Because I don't. Anyway, I shall stop there. Definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But most importantly here, please let me know in the comment section how this has come across. It's probably not as good as normally if it's in the studio or anything, because I'm having to do everything on a single laptop rather than in a multi-monitor setup with a faster graphics board and things like that. But if it's good enough for a holiday, and that's what this test run is, if it's good enough for me to do when I'm on holiday, excellent, let me know. Anyway, thanks very much. Speak soon. Goodbye.